Hello, my name is Peter Ramm. I'm a poet in Robertson, and I'd welcome today to my writing space. This is my office where I have spent the last few years writing poetry, and it's a wonderful thing to be able to share in my writing the landscapes of the Highlands and my love of nature in that place, and growing up with my family, my young boys, and spending time in poetry. I guess talking today about poetry and its significance for us, I was saying that poetry is a lot like the self escaping onto the page, which is quite a well known expression. That poetry is it's like taking a good walk on a blank piece of paper. Often we find ourselves as writers digging beneath the surface of what it is that we're going through each day, and asking more of language, and finding more of ourselves, I guess, as we walk through a piece of writing. Another well-known Highlands poet, Mark Tregennick, used to say that a poem will sometimes start out trying to go somewhere, but will find a different direction partway through, and the poet often loves to go with that piece of writing. And I'm going to read to you today an example of one of those poems. This is from my new collection with Vagabond Press. It's my book's called Waterlines, and it was a poem I initially wrote, wanted to write for my wife, just set in my garden here in Robertson. And you'll see how the poem and the lines take different directions through over the course of it. So this is September Tercets, or Hearing a Rufus Whistler in the Field. It starts with an epigraph from Emily Dickinson, the well-known American poet, which says, "Until the moss had reached our lips and covered up our names." This is September Tercets. Sky cast in blue, mid-spring, winter revisiting the highlands. The crab apples barely in flower, and the wind blowing 90 on the highway. Elven plum petals swirl in the courtyard corners like time, like the freckled patterns on your cheeks. You're the softer side to this cold front, an M-dash of afternoon light. Yesterday, millions of flying ants took their nuptial flight, jittering coal miners in a silent film, dirt black faces, twin handkerchiefs for wings. How they made out in that first warm shade of spring, how we found the wings of those first words in the jasmine garden. But today you're at work, and I'm with Dickinson, thinking of you and watching the iris heads pirouetting 2 feet under the breeze. Garden matriarchs, their old money on show. The air, grass ripe and cold as a freight train, rides through the screen door, mid-morning frost on the coal wagons. Rhododendrons in full bloom, red camellia spilt like a fine wine, the ground's a treasury of age. Our boys in the yard, hunting and gathering through it all, pebbles for rock family sculptures, weeds for the trees. Why are we so quick to draw grief, like the cherry that leans to pick up its tears, now lost to the lawn? I think the birds know more than they let on. A Rufus Whistler on a blackwood branch is a virtuoso, Vivaldi among the grey gums of Callon Creek. Mid-song and mid-parable, a morning prophet preaching grace, the caprice of life, the time we drove the road to Glencoe, or the fog that cleared over the coasts of Skye. You're every part of this day, like that one, like them all. Rare as the white waratah, perennial, flowers like singing bowls, midday meditation. We are dreamers and hoarders of this same love, Aphrodite and Hera rolling dice, passion and persistence. The clouds tack on, hemline of afternoon, tyres on the cattle grid, crow call and magpie. I find I have nothing more to say to any of this, till you return, till your feet are framed by the bluebells and the snowdrops fall like soft bombs for want of your eyes. Thank you.